I will literally cry if I drop this. Umami though. Yep. That looks insane. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and happy fall. It's finally here and we're gonna be making two cozy fall pastas to celebrate. One has like that kind of like pumpkin sage profile. The other one is more like on the other side of fall, like miso, butter, mushrooms kind of vibe going on. Not sure which one is my favorite, but I do hope that you love these. And let's get right to the recipes. Okay, we're making miso butter pasta today. Kind of like the best of both worlds between garlic mushroom pasta and miso butter pasta because it has mushrooms in there as well. And this is the pasta I'm using today, bucatini. This is actually gluten-free. It is beautiful. We're gonna do about 8 ounces of this, but the full recipe will be linked in the description box. And of course you can just use regular pasta if you're not gluten-free. I let this boil way too long. I was doing like 5 other things. I am gonna just wait for it to soften a little bit and kind of just like work its way down. The funny thing is that when I'm making these videos for my channel, it's like dead silence, but normally I'd have on like a vlog or something, especially like a fall vlog. You know, I've been watching Cozy K a lot more lately, just like fall prep and fall like hobbies and everything. Been coloring a lot more. I really like that cozy type of content. I feel like cooking should be fun, you know, like do not cook in dead silence like I'm doing right now. You should definitely be doing something that you also enjoy alongside it, whether it's a podcast or music or something. Okay, if you do also use bucatini, then of course I definitely recommend using a bigger pot. I'm already here, so I'm committed at this point. This pot might be a little too small. That makes more sense. We are gonna heat our pot with some vegan butter and some oil. It's about half a tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm using olive oil, but I do recommend avocado oil still because it has a higher smoke point. I'm gonna just melt this down, then I'm gonna add in my mushrooms. I only had king oyster mushrooms today. Worked perfectly fine as well. As you can see, you can use any mushroom that you have basically. I literally just use my favorites. So shiitake is normally my favorite, but I did want to try this time. Definitely just use what you have in your fridge. So we just want to saute this down for about 5 to 8 minutes. We really want our mushrooms to be nice and soft. And I'm gonna season it with a little bit of salt and pepper now, just so that as it cooks, it kind of just infuses. I like to cook my mushrooms a little low. Sometimes I just like press them like this. This slightly haunting sound. It kind of gets out all that natural liquid. Truthfully, you could make these completely without oil as well. It is technically the best way to prepare mushrooms. This is a nice quick 30-minute meal. But those are my tips. If you have a little bit more time, start without any oil. Kind of press everybody down, get all of that excess liquid out. Okay, our pasta is done. Oh, beautiful bucatini. And this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pour it into the sink like this so that I catch the pasta water underneath, since we're gonna also need that. And I catch the pasta in here. Okay, you can see these came out nice, gorgeous, golden brown. When I remove this, add the other half tablespoon of oil, and then I am going to cook down our garlic. I actually have a decent amount of oil just left back in the pan, so I'm not gonna add any more. I'm just gonna add in the garlic. I don't know, I did a lot of garlic, but I kind of feel like it's just lost. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of miso paste. This is the miso paste that I'm using. Like gently cook that off, and then we're gonna add back in our pasta water now. I don't add any salt to this recipe since the miso is pretty salty, and then your pasta water might also be salty. So I would just say refrain from adding salt at this point, I should say. And we're just gonna stir this until it's all thoroughly mixed in. And you can add up to another half a cup of water, just depending on how saucy you want it. I feel like I usually always add the full amount, but we'll see. And that's with so many of my savory recipes. Apart from the miso, I feel like you can do everything just to your liking. And I only say apart from the miso because you might add a little bit too much. But yeah, just like adjust this. I've made this pasta so many times that the only thing I really need a measuring cup for right now is my pasta water. It is really up to you to add. If you want more Parmesan cheese, both add that in now. If you want more or less garlic, maybe you want some onion in here as well. Definitely make this your own. Try not to block you. And try not to drop this in. Wow! Okay. Definitely use a mandolin, friends. See, this is what happens when you use your non-dominant hand. I am gonna do this off camera and then come back. There we go. Adding in some more of that pasta water. A nice yummy sauce. This is my miso dissolving method. There we go. That is looking really good. Nice and saucy. We're gonna add back in our pasta. If you are gluten-free, I highly recommend this Italian brand. My goodness. Reminds me of the pasta in Paris. The gluten-free pasta I had in Paris. Toss everybody together. And we're gonna add in our mushrooms as well. Such a pretty pasta. And save some for the top for sure. Super rainy and so dark in here that I'm trying to like steal the overhead lights from my oven. We have our pasta. Let me get some, hold on. Cause I will literally cry if I drop this. Woo. Okay, normally I clean everything up, but you know, this is the chaos. Umami though. It's a vibe. So, first made this pasta when I was pregnant. It was so long ago. That's like 3+ years ago. That's insane to me. Still hits. It was around this time again because my daughter was a winter baby, or is a winter baby. I should say her birth happened in winter. Anyways, yap. Really good. First time trying it with the oyster mushrooms. Find a piece for you. I would say you could probably like even just crisp these up for textural difference. I feel like next time I'd probably, just because I find that oyster mushrooms don't get as like shrunken, I guess more crisp like shiitake does, which is why you should maybe also just don't do as I do in the video, do as I say in the recipe. I do find oyster mushrooms a lot more meaty, you know, so they do kind of maintain that meatiness. Maybe not if you're looking for like textural differences in a pasta though. So when I made this with shiitake mushrooms, I do feel like they kind of like, you know, have that nice like texture that contrasts really well to kind of smooth creaminess of the pasta. Still really delicious though. This pasta could take like anything else in there as well, but the base flavors are delicious. If you want to add in like a protein, could use a protein pasta. Wasn't really feeling it today. I was definitely just feeling more like cozy. So I went with a gluten-free pasta, but more like a rice corn kind of gluten-free pasta that has all of these nice fancy shapes. That's what I was feeling for today. But yeah, even like a vegan chicken, you know, something like that, I feel like would go really well with this, and like that kind of smooth miso butter sauce as well. Let me just give you another close up. That looks insane. It's so good. I want to make sure like I don't just sit here and just eat my whole meal on camera. I want to make sure I sit down and eat it properly. Highly recommend this one. Melting this vegan butter on low. I'm kind of doing a little bit of like a brown butter scenario here because this Miyoko's butter does brown. Can I get those nutty flavors from the cashews? I'm gonna add in our minced garlic. It's about 5 cloves. If you have smaller cloves, then I probably do like 5 to 6. And I'm just gonna just saute this. I don't want the garlic to burn. I don't want the vegan butter to burn either, since I find the Miyokos have a great flavor, but it burns very easily, which is fine. I mean, it's like the ingredients, right? You're literally burning the nuts if you turn it up too high. I'm just gonna basically just let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's just nice and fragrant. If you can see, you can start to see the brown butter bits here. So good. It smells so good. So this is a mix of some soy milk and some vegan heavy cream, and I kind of mix them because the vegan heavy cream I bought is ridiculously thick. So I'm like, I'd rather do it this way. So now we're slowly whisking everything together, and then I'm gonna add in my pumpkin next, just to kind of make sure everything is nice and smooth. This is about a 1/4 cup. You could of course use like a rubber whisk here so that you don't scratch your pot, but this wooden spatula is also fine. Stir everything in. You see how nice and smooth that like just stirs in? And obviously if you can't find vegan heavy cream, you can make it. I have a recipe for it, or you could also just use like cashew milk or just soy milk by itself, but it just adds a nice richness to the dish basically. Nice thick and creaminess, although the pumpkin is doing that anyway, so don't feel like it's a requirement. The recipe itself does call for, as a substitute, soy milk or cashew milk, so you can know that those do work. You see now nice and thick this is. This by itself is good, but we are gonna add in some vegan cheese. So now we go for our sea salt. This is such a pretty color too. And some black pepper as well. I like a lot of black pepper. The funny thing is that yes, black pepper can make your dish spicy, but I just feel like it adds this beautiful like warmth to your dish as well. You know, especially like freshly ground black pepper, it's a vibe. It's a whole vibe by itself. I'm also gonna add in some sage. That sage really just adds a nice flavor. Add some freshly grated nutmeg as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in my Parmesan cheese, just like 3/4 cup. And I'm gonna add in my reserved pasta water as well. Okay, I'm not sure where my battery died, but we've added in our parm. We are gonna add in our pasta water. Now I'm gonna add a little less because I have less pasta today. I also don't have as much vegan parm as I normally add. So I'm just adjusting to what I do have. And that also helps me to show you that it works either way, you know what I mean? You do want this much sauce because you're gonna have a lot of pasta for this, and you want enough sauce so that your pasta is also not dry. And sometimes I just be yapping. My pasta has been sitting for a while. I kind of turn the heat down just a little bit. Kind of just give it a nice stir. This recipe does make more pasta than I have here, so that's why it's gonna be extra saucy today, but it looks so good already. If you're not a pumpkin fan, I'm not even gonna lie to you, this doesn't taste anything like pumpkin. It's like, the pumpkin is literally just more fat, basically. It's kind of like when you add avocado into chocolate desserts, you're like, I don't even taste avocado. It's kind of like that. If you are gluten-free, I am actually using gluten-free pasta. I've never used this one before, so it's fallen apart a bit more than I expected it to, but you know, it's okay. For just a nice little like fall addition, we are gonna crisp up some sage leaves and some vegan butter. Just a nice textural addition. It just tastes good. And you don't want to do this for more than a minute. You don't want to burn. But yeah, it did just get nice and crispy basically. Yep, that's the texture you're looking for. This is kind of what I was trying to show you earlier about the Miyoko's butter browning. So I think it shows up better in this pan. You can see that that's literally the browned cashews. It adds some really nice flavor. Honestly, some people literally just, and I'm not saying you can't do this, use this for something else, right? Because this is how you infuse flavor into an oil. But yeah, this is what you would do with like that brown butter. And this is the vegan version. But because of the nutty notes from the cashew, it gives you a very, very similar flavor. Of course, I would recommend doing this like without adding anything in, because now you have little bits of sage. It's gonna, you know, not make it the most pure, but you could do this by itself if you want to like make brown butter brownies. All right, I am very ready to go and have some pasta, watch a nice cozy vlog. I'm wearing my Snoopy fall shoes. The AC is down, like I'm fully committed to the fall weather. Let me know which recipe you think you try first. I still don't know which one is my favorite. I feel like surprisingly they both really work well for meal prep, which sometimes pastas don't, but I feel like these really keep their sauces like really well. They don't dry out or anything. Had the pumpkin Alfredo pasta for quite a few days. Just made a miso butter pasta a while ago, but I also know like based on this sauce, it's gonna last a few days as well, and also kid approved, so just bear that in mind. I hope that you love this video, and I hope that you try these recipes. Let me know which one you think you're gonna try first, which one is your favorite. What's your like go-to fall moves right now? Mine is making like a pumpkin spice latte in the mornings, and then just like kind of settling in with like some fall music on YouTube in the background. Like that's like my whole vibe right now. So I'd love to know yours as well, because I feel like I could learn some stuff from you as well. If you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for being here. And if you're not, I'm gonna ask you to please subscribe and please hit that bell icon so that you get future notifications, all notifications for my future videos. And I'm gonna be uploading once a week throughout fall, so you're gonna be seeing a lot more of me and of this face and of my recipes, which, like, I know that's why you're here, which is fine. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.